Alrighty, hello everybody. Today we're gonna actually be playing some balloons. Been quite a while, huh? Played some of this game, but I would like to do a little Desperado Monkey. It kind of has a new map themed for him in a bit. Well, I guess this map was technically, but this one's kind of on brand with that theme as well. And beat all the other modes, well, not all of them. The modes leading up to chimps, at least. And I want to see if we can maybe squeak out a 2TC. I don't know how likely that is, but I have a pretty good idea for a pretty simple combo that should work. Hopefully. I don't know if we'll be able to take out the bad, but if we can at least make it to round 100, I'll... but I want to go for the Blazing Sun, because they buffed it recently to make it have normal type damage, I'm pretty sure. Let me test this real quick just before I, like, throw this whole run immediately. But I'm pretty sure they changed the damage type of this guy. Oh my god, excuse me. Okay. Let's see, so let's go ahead and place one of these guys down. Oh, excuse me again. Get them all maxed out. I want to send one of these. Okay, yes, you can pop that. That is what I wanted to know. Now, round 95 ones are going to be a lot stronger than a round 3 one. But, you know, let's go ahead, give this a shot. Hopefully, our support help clean up enough. But, I am going to try to use Clave Lord as our... Don't know if it's gonna work, but hopefully it does. It's kind of all I have. So, let's see. I want to kind of have you close to the exit. How close to the exit? Probably like right... I don't want to put the boomer. Probably pretty close. I want quick draw. Let's see how difficult this is to get started. Don't think it'll be that tricky until late game, hopefully. Hopefully. Big hopefully. Probably just doomed us now. But, yeah, let's see how bad this ends up being. Fast. See camo. We don't need the camo right now. Big iron hip might be pretty handy. I have been liking the Desperado. I haven't been playing this game a whole lot lately, just in general, even like in my free time. I just kind of ballooned myself out by just playing like much nothing but this game for so long. Not gonna... Did kind of want to black border this too, but I don't think it's gonna happen because we're gonna see. Yeah. Oh well. I'm not gonna worry about black bordering it on the first. I'll go ahead and get that later. I just want to see if we can do 2TC to win. You right here, or I want to have you guys spaced out. I haven't quite decided. I want you throwing this way. Also, these rocks, I don't think this works in chimps, obviously, but these rocks, for anyone who's not played this map yet, are kind of like a farming method almost, as you can see. Remove for 50,000. It takes 10 rounds to remove, but once it finally does, you get 72,000. So for removing this rock, you get 22,000. Essentially. What's the word for it? I can't remember the word for it exactly, but you kind of like put like a hold on it. It's like a, wish I could, you know, words better. We seem to be in a pretty stable position right now, with the two. I might remove this one, even if it doesn't give me the additional money. I kind of want to just get this one out of the way anyway, and this one's the cheapest. So, like I said, this is obviously chimps. I assume this counts as income, and we get money out of it. But if we do, that's wild. afford the big iron. That is making a huge difference. I'm gonna get Eagle Eye before I forget, and maybe Bullseye is not a bad idea either. And now I can kind of stop worrying about you for a minute. Okay. My image revolvers. Gotta get you, but to the old. You first. I guess I'll go for Ricochet with Red Hot Rangs, because we will have some leads coming up shortly. Oh, wait, we're just gonna lose on 59. Can we get you before 59? We're gonna, yeah, we need to afford this guy before round 59, or else we just lose. Right. So we might need to reallocate some funds. I might need to try to... Now we need to just test the waters a little bit. I kind of forgot about that. Luckily our glaives can handle something else. That's the thing, is we need to get at least Red Hot Rangs to pop all of the normal leads. Up until then. Can't pop those either. Which we could also save the... What was it? We could also save the 380 of not buying Bullseye right away. I need a 510 before 59. So... that could be possible. We'll go for the twin sixes right away, just so that way I can... Or do I want? We need total. 90, 24, 85, something like that. So, that shouldn't be too bad. But, may have spent a little too... Let's go ahead and get this. This should absolutely make quick work of the moment. It's 2. Okay, let's just kind of keep an eye on things, and we'll come back around like 59. I'll speed things up so that way you guys can still see what's going on. Actually, I'm gonna set this guy on strong. Yeah, we'll be back a few rounds. This guy's gonna make absolutely quick work of the that's why I'm not worried about showing in real time. 59, however, is a little scary. Alrighty, I was worried for nothing. We're like 10 whole rounds early for the Blazing Sun, so we don't need to worry about all now. Is this guy now pop leads on his and can see camo, so he will pop ammo leads for us. Oh my god, that Moab was destroyed in like 0.2 seconds. It was on screen for like, what, 3 frames? Oh my god. Well, like, after it, you know, after it got into his range, it was just absolutely destroyed. Alright, well now we can start saving up for Glaive Lord, and then we can spend money removing obstacles, I guess? Is all that's really worth at that point. Barely even really need to do that. Like, maybe this one? I'm curious to see if this works in chimps. I'm 99% sure that it will. You never know. Some of these map gimmicks are different than your like standard making or whatever. So there's a chance this does actually work. And I don't really watch videos on this game anymore. So I'm very out of the loop on a lot of things. Obviously I see the updates. I'm still in the subreddit, so I see people talking about things here and there. But, I don't, like, actively seek out content in this game itself. I do still have a soft spot in my heart for old balloons. I like to poke in here once in a while. Let's see, I bet this is gonna... This as well. Yep. And we're getting somewhat close to that Glaive Lord. Not that far away. You can just kind of sit back and relax and wait until they happen to struggle again. Man, we're really close to having this be a, Black Border run. Well, you know. We're off to a good start, I should say. We're nowhere real close to the end, even though we're over halfway through. And let's anyone who's, like, done any kind of challenge knows that the first, like, 40 rounds are always, not always, but usually pretty tricky, and then, like, the last, like, 20 rounds. And some select rounds here and there can be tricky. And then when you're doing challenge runs, a lot of times you gotta... It's weird rounds that would be tricky, like 59, for example. Like, because when you're playing normally, 59 isn't really that tricky most of the time, because you probably have some pair of towers together that can, or trio of towers that can work together to hit leads, and camos at the same time. But when you're doing, like, a 2TC, a lot of times you're not necessarily using, like, a buffing tower, because then you're in, like, half TC, really. So you need both towers individually to be able to hit these things, and now he can hit camo leads as well. He can't target and attack them, but anything that comes in range of the orbiting blades will get, even camos will get hit, and because I've got red hot rangs, so will leads. So now both of them can hit camo lead, but they both needed to be at their 5th tier with a specific cross path to be able to do it. So definitely needed to have some, like, specific plays and specific upgrades purchased in the right order. Pull off the whole run. Like, at the start, I was planning for DDTs, because, like, obviously, come the point in the late game, I would have both tier 5s, and I would have a ton of money sitting around. But 59 isn't super late, so it's a good thing that the Blazing Sun is a super cheap tier 5. Like, one-tapping fortified camo cerams. Like, oh my god. And that's not even with the crits. Like, obviously the crits were too, but it did not need those crits. This thing is a machine. Obviously, once we hit round 81, and we get into the free play rounds of the story, but I don't think it's gonna be that bad. Oh my god, excuse me. Gassy. This round can also be pretty tricky sometimes. Emphasis on the sometimes, because the orbiting blades are just gonna kind of clean everything up for us. And I think we can kind of just sit back and relax until they struggle. Alrighty, so we're back. It's the big bad 95. I'm curious to see how we handle this. This one might be scary. We might want to put... This is big scary. He somehow cleaned it up, though. Wow, they do a lot of loops. I was not counting. I was trying to, but it got to a point where it's too hectic. But they do a lot of circles. We might actually be, like, completely fine. That's the bad. I'm curious about 98 and 99. We'll see. I kind of want to put this guy on strong. I'm not going to touch anything, though. I'm thinking about switching them, actually, putting you on strong and you back on first. Obviously, I had this on strong for earlier in the game. Being able to target the leads that this one hit. But at this point, we don't have that issue. They both hit leads, and this one can actually hit camo leads directly. He can only hit them spinny waves. So yeah, let's switch you to first and you to strong. That way we can try to work down some of these ZOMGs. Leaves, clean up webs. Shredding things pretty well. Or are we making too much of a mess? No, I think we're fine. Yeah, no, we're fine. How are these fortifieds gonna do? Oh, no. Okay. We actually lost on 99. Yeah, I said I was a little worried about that. Let's put them both on first. Let's see if that makes all the difference. Oh no, that made so much worse of a difference. Oh no. We may be bricked, honestly. Let's try back on... I don't think putting you on strong is really going to do anything. You can't attack them directly. Yeah, no, that was also worse. Yeah, this did the best. But... uh-oh. Yeah, it manages to pop a couple of them, but I think... I don't see any way out of this, honestly. I don't think switching your hand is gonna make any difference, I guess. No, I think we've lost, honestly. I don't think there's anything we can really do to get out of this. Oh, that's so unfortunate. So close. Oh, actually, you know what? Speaking of close, let's try that instead. Might as well just try all of them targeting fast. I don't think it's gonna make sense either. Let's see. It's not doing anything for us. What if I put you on close and you on strong? That made a slight difference. That did seem to actually be a little bit better. I don't think it's gonna really make a big difference in the long run. Damn. Yeah, no, I think if I want to beat this, I think I'm gonna have to place a third tower. Unfortunate. So close. I get away with just, like... If I just do that. Because now you can attack the DDTs directly. Okay, well, we had to cheat, but I didn't want to throw the run all the way away. So, unfortunately, this does not work as a successful comp for a 2TC after all. Very unfortunate. I was hoping that it would. It seemed so good until it wasn't. But, oh well. is what it is. Which I'm curious, we'll pop into Sandbox. I'm curious to see if they would have been able to beat that bad on there. Won't be able to get exactly the same placements, probably, but let's college, turn that off. Sandbox. Let's see, set round 100. Let's see, add you here-ish. You like right here-ish. This isn't like exactly the same, but this is pretty close to what we had. I think you were a little further down because this totally wasn't that blocked, but let's see. I'm curious to see, excuse me, if they could have beaten it without the village assisting them. I also want to count the loops, so we'll send out a test balloon after. I probably should have checked that beforehand. But yeah, it looks like they would have absolutely shredded the bad by themselves. Man, that's so annoying. It's pesky fortifieds was literally all that was stopping us. Oh, so annoying. But, oh well, whatever. So close. Oh, right. Continue. Let's just send out test balloon. So, that's 1 loop, 2 loops, 3 loops, and then out. Okay. 3 loops, and then it leaves. That's not that bad. Well, anywho, I'm gonna probably have to redo that map to get a black border, obviously. But if you enjoyed this video, and nonetheless, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, share with a friend, all that fun stuff. Check out the Twitch and the TikTok and all that good nonsense and what else. Anywho, I am gonna go do something else for a little bit. I will see you all in the next one.